Yo, we back with another motherfucking video, y'all. We got another reaction today, y'all. This is 7 surprisingly dark series finales and kid-friendly shows. You know this finna be crazy. They got a warning in the beginning. What? Let's get into it.
And taking a look at the long-range forecast,
What the fuck is
continued
this?
snow, darkness, and extreme cold. This is Howard Hand Up Me. Good night.
As we discussed in many past videos, sometimes writers like to sneak
What
in
the
fairly
hell?
dark themes into otherwise family-friendly shows.
Yeah,
These
that was
could be in the
weird.
form of what-if plots, dream sequences, or just a simple detail in the background. But other times, the golden opportunity arises, allowing them to go really dark without any repercussions. That opportunity is the series finale, when the show is already ending. Why not end things with a bang? Or maybe a depressing cry for clarity. I suppose we'll find out as we go over 7 surprisingly dark series finales and kid-friendly shows.
Let's get into it.
Eddy dreams of the entire show.
What?
Our first entry isn't exactly the last episode of the series, but it was planned to be at one point. Take this as a
Yo, this is one of my favorite shows of all time, bro. Just how like they just didn't care, bro. Like everybody was stuck up, and these three, Eddy and Eddy, they was just chilling. All they wanted was the little jawbreaker. They didn't care about nothing else.
of it, the final episode of the 4th season of Eddy and Eddy, is
Yeah.
about Eddy discovering that the kids of the cul-de-sac are getting older and are not interested in his usual shtick anymore. As Doubledy explains that the kids will soon begin to think about their future careers, Eddy gets an idea on how to make money off of them. Career counseling. Things go wrong as usual.
Bro, my boy was a hustler, y'all. That's really where it sparked that for me. But I'm telling you, he was always trying to find a way to get some money.
Good morning, patients. I'm Dr. Naz, Dentaress. First things first, dudes. Jawbreakers are so bad for your teeth. Cavities and stuff? Totally. There. Now let's do this.
That's a
And a bunch of
crazy.
heavy items in Eddy's garage end up hitting him on the head, causing him to black out. When he wakes up, he finds out that he is now 90 years old.
90.
This can't be happening! Loss of control is the first thing to go on,
Mom is in horror, finding that each kid is now old and senile as well. He tracks down his old jawbreakers, believing them to be the key to his youth. Unfortunately, Ed sneezes on the jawbreakers, turning them to dust. Eddy repeatedly smacks himself with his cane until he eventually wakes up as a kid again. But after attempting to eat the jawbreaker, he wakes up in his old body.
It seems you dozed off again there, Eddy. You were recounting yet another humorous story from our past when we were children.
It was all just stories? Memories from the past? We really are old!
Revealing the entire sequence, the entire show maybe, to all just be a dream. This episode was intended to be the series finale, but due to the show's massive
To me, that's not that dark. I mean, it kinda, but I mean, I feel like bro still lived his life. You feel me? Like, yes, like what we seen was a show, but I feel like that's not too bad. That's not too
It was
crazy.
renewed for 2 more seasons and a TV movie. There are a few deleted scenes that can be found online that hint at a more darker series finale. In the initial version of the scenes where Eddy discovers that he's become an old man, he believes it to just be a joke, like in the old cartoons. However, he begins to panic when he realizes that it's not a joke, and he pleads for Mr. Antonucci to wake him up.
Who's that?
Mr. Antonucci is referring to Danny Antonucci, the creator of Things. And when he doesn't reply, Eddy begins to freak out.
Okay, you can wake me up now, Mr. Cartoon Director. Hey, Antonucci, wake me up!
Leading us to believe that the entire series and Antonucci himself were just dreamed up by Eddy, who is now figuring that out for himself. Again, it's a rather dark realization and a meta one at that. However, the scene was cut, the show continued, and we're left with a pretty standard all-a-dream episode.
Nah, I'd be pissed.
Maybe it's for the best that cartoon characters don't become.
Like, imagine your whole life as you know, like, say, like, going by your daily life, you wake up, and everything you lived was a dream. That's deep. That's some deep.
Self-aware. On another note regarding this episode, it was the last cartoon in history to be completely done in traditional style animation, right down to the ink and paint. Edda and Eddy was the last major animation production to use traditional process, and the studio switched over to digital coloring, starting with the Christmas special, Ed and Eddy's Jingle Jingle Jangle, the next episode made.
Crazy animation. I love this show. Is that Power Rangers, y'all?
The Power Rangers are defeated.
Yo, Power Rangers was one of my favorite shows of all time. That's when I was really, I was always the leader. Always had to be.
And Zordon is kidnapped.
Can't go for none less.
Our next entry is sort of an exception.
I don't think I watched
It is
this. I don't think I
technically
watched
the
this one
series
though.
Finale. It leads directly into the next series, continuing the story and wrapping up any dark cliffhangers that this series ends on.
Yeah, I definitely
The
watched
Power
this.
Rangers franchise.
Yes,
is
sir.
fighting the tide
Yes,
of
sir.
each season.
Boy, that one in. Whoa. You're going too fast, my boy. Hold up, we got to scan. Hold up. I was definitely this one right here, y'all. I don't know about these right here. Hold up.
Franchise is known.
Him? This boy right here? Yeah. That boy was elite. That was me for sure.
The show each season, while still technically being one ongoing series.
But that's
Things
crazy.
get a bit dire in the series finale of Power Rangers Turbo, titled Chase into Space. This episode set up the final season in the original Power Rangers saga, named the Zordon era by fans. This
Okay.
encompasses Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, Mighty Morphin Alien Rangers, Power Rangers Zeo, Power Rangers Turbo, and Power Rangers in Space. Usually in shows like Power Rangers, we expect the heroes to come out on top, and in the end defeat the bad guy.
Always.
Especially when looking at something like a series finale. However, this is just not the case this time. Divatox, the main antagonist of Turbo, has hired a monstrous being known as Gold Goyle to destroy the Turbo Megazord, and he actually does. He
Damn.
completely destroys the thing, the most powerful Zord of all time. Luckily, the Megazord is able to destroy Gold Goyle in a last-minute effort, but the Power Rangers' victory is anything but joyful. They are powerless and have lost one of the few things that gave them an upper hand. To make matters worse, they learn that their mentor...
Wait, that nigga was black? What the Yeah, I missed a lot. What the
leader, Zordon, has been defeated and kidnapped.
Y'all gotta lock in. Tee up!
The series ends with the Power Rangers completely zapped of their power and beginning their journey into the unknown to find and rescue Zordon. This is a rather dark ending
I'm still stuck on how bro is black, but let me see that. Let's watch this one.
for an otherwise action-packed kids show full of over-the-top villains and clear merchandising tie-ins. The heroes that should always win didn't. The Power Rangers are gone, their giant robot is destroyed, and their leader is missing. I guess they're just the Rangers now.
That was lucky some shade.
Terra loses her memories. The series
This is the worst finale of all time, y'all. Bruh, like, what? Bruh, back in the day, this show was at its peak. And they gonna end it off on some shit like this? I don't even think this is sad for real. It wasn't too bad. It was like, cause she wasn't even a huge character towards the end.
finale of the original Teen Titans is rather depressing. The episode is aptly named Things Change, and well, a lot of things change in this episode, in ways that not only make you think of the context of the show, but how it relates to our personal lives. In the Season 2 finale, Terra, an anti-hero and a love interest to Beast Boy, sacrificed herself to stop Slade, and must turn herself into a statue to do so. However, in the series finale, Beast Boy sees
She a
her
dog,
that
she a dog,
looks
she a real
and
dog.
sounds exactly like Terra. After finding that her statue's gone, he becomes convinced that she has returned. However, after talking with her, he finds that she has no recollection of her past, no memories, nothing. He desperately tries to get her to remember, showing her things she used to like and recalling memories they shared, but nothing works and it seems like she has become a completely different person.
Don't you remember
Sick.
anything from before?
I just remember high school.
You used to live in the desert before joining the Teen Titans. You couldn't control your powers at first. And Slade helped you, and you wanted to take over the city. But in the end,
We're not watching no ad this time, bro. We're not watching no ad. Bro.
couldn't go through with it, and you saved us all.
Why would you want to be friends with someone who was so much trouble?
Because I know who she
Cause you
really
was worth
is.
it. Cause you was worth it. You still worth
Becoming
it.
more and more frustrated, Beast Boy throws mud at Terra in an attempt to get her to use her powers. This
Yeah,
backfires,
that's
though,
wild, yeah.
and leads her to storm off upset. He later goes to the theme park where they used to hang out, but is encountered by Slade. Beast Boy accuses Slade of wiping Terra's memories, but he denies his involvement in the situation. While the two fight, Beast Boy yells that he won't let Slade hurt Terra again, but Slade responds that he is the one hurting her. He needs to let her go. Eventually, it's revealed
deep.
that this Slade is just a robotic duplicate. Later, Beast Boy sees her
This was a deep children's. I don't even think it was a children's show for real. I think it was more for like teens, but I was watching as a kid, yo. Amazing.
in
Amazing.
school. He tries one last time to get her to remember, but he's unsuccessful. He wonders why things can't go back to the way they were, but Terra tells him that things were never the way he remembered them as.
Why can't things just go back to the way they were? You were so happy then.
Things change, Beast Boy.
You thought, my boy.
The girl you want me to be is just a memory.
The bell rings, and she kicks.
Oh, but imagine trying to get back with your partner or your love interest, and they tell you something like that. Like, oh my God, y'all break up, and she like, yeah, the person that you thought you had, yeah, that's just a memory.
Fades away into the crowd, leaving Beast Boy standing there, all alone.
Yeah.
Well, there is a TV movie that comes afterwards, serving as the true finale of the series. This is still technically the last episode, in the last appearance of Terra. There is no resolution, nor a happy ending. People change, and sometimes we see the past through rose-colored glasses. We don't always get resolutions in life, and no other children's show has shown this stronger than Teen Titans.
Oh my God.
Skymaster Lumpus just turns out to be a
Tim Lazlo?
man.
Fire.
Lazlo,
Fire.
weird show, like really weird.
Amazing
Compared to
show.
Most Cartoon Network shows in the 2000s were. I mean, these were the years they gave us Flapjack. But Camp Lazlo
Flapjack,
was
yes, sir.
hilarious and seriously messed up finale titled Lumpus's Last Stand. The episode starts out as silly as usual.
Yeah, this episode was
Skymaster Lumpus getting
nasty.
sick of doing laundry
Nasty.
and allowing all the campers to start painting on their clothes instead. It turns out that this is such a revolutionary idea that people start to award Lumpus.
I remember that dude.
Even arrived from 1,000 years in the future, claiming that this innovation, this idea of painting on your clothes, cured world hunger and brought about an era of peace.
How the heck?
By freeing us from laundry, you gave us time to solve world hunger.
And civilization has enjoyed a millennium of prosperity and enlightenment.
Things seem almost too good to be true, and they are,
Yeah.
because a rain cloud comes and washes away all the paint. Everyone leaves disgusted, and the time travelers become much skinnier, showing that their present time has changed as a result. And if that wasn't weird enough for a finale, things are about to get a whole lot weirder. An elderly version of Heifer from Rocco's Modern Life arrives with the cops at the camp, claiming that Lumpus had locked him away for the entire season and fooled everyone into believing that he was the real Scoutmaster.
Crazy.
What?
An
Yeah.
imposter, a fake, and worse, he is no Scoutmaster of Camp Kidney.
Imagine.
Yeah, so?
Lumpus then gets put into a straitjacket and is carried away to a mental institution.
Like
The
what?
campers then stand there in the middle of town, naked, and just taking in the fact that their Scoutmaster was actually some random weirdo off the streets.
That's insane. They
That's
just
it.
yeah. Like
That's
what?
the end. This brings up a whole lot of dark implications with an unknown older man who was not hired by the camp to be in charge of or left alone with a bunch of children. Since this
Insane.
is a kid's show, nothing of that sort actually happened, but the possibilities are rather chilling. And why was Heifer there? Joe Murray, the creator of Camp Lazlo, also made Rocco's Modern Life, but it's just kind of weird that he showed up in the first place because Lazlo aired on Cartoon Network and Rocco aired on Nickelodeon. I'm not sure what kind of legal trade-off had to happen to make this possible, but it couldn't have been easy. Was it worth it? I'll leave that up to you.
That I remember that as a kid. That
Alf
was
was
always
taken
weird.
away by the U.S. military.
What?
Alf was an interesting cultural icon in the late 80s.
Yo, how was y'all watching this? Look at that. What? Look at that. No. What? No.
Despite
What is
being an
that?
ugly alien pig thing,
Exactly.
he
You couldn't even say what it
audiences
is.
around the country, and also got a shitload of merchandise. There were even Alf trading cards, and you can't forget those Alf Pogs. I love that episode.
Elf pogs. Remember,
He was
Elf?
that big.
In pod form.
Mm.
Traded my soul for pogs?
So people got pretty attached to Alf over the years, especially
I remember that
children.
episode.
So how did they choose to end the series? With Alf getting taken away by the military to
About
be
time.
dissected, of course. In the finale, titled Consider Me Gone, Alf receives a radio transmission from some of his friends back on his home planet, Melmac. They tell him that they've purchased a new planet and want his help in creating a new civilization there.
Here, I made this for you. Here's us on Earth. Here's you on your new planet. We're really not all that far away from each other.
Thanks, B.
I was finna kiss for a second.
Goodbye, Al.
Bye, my boy.
We'll always be best friends.
Yeah, once you start getting hoes.
However, the alien task force of the U.S. military intercept the transmission, and Alf is captured by them before he can head home.
That's
In the very first
damn.
episode, the alien task force made their intentions very clear, with plans to burn, freeze, electrocute, poison, physically torture, and dissect him.
We'll see how it responds to intense heat, freezing cold, high voltage, toxic.
That's what for a children's show. That's wild. No way, son. No way. Imagine your favorite cat. No, that's wild.
Substances, pain,
And he
seed
laughing.
separation, inoculation, that's needles, and of course dissection.
Jesus Christ.
Like what?
And the show ends just like that, leaving it up for all the children watching to imagine these terrible things happening. Now, turns out this wasn't actually meant to be the finale of the series. The showrunners intentionally ended it on a cliffhanger in hopes that the network would pick up the series for one final season. Well, it didn't work. And thanks to their stupid decision, Alf is now cut up into tiny pieces. Well, not really. 6 years later, a TV movie titled Project Alf aired that showed that Alf is still alive, but is on death row with a scheduled execution.
I was just finna clap.
While he does end up escaping, he never sees his human friends from the series ever again. The movie
At least
told
he's still alive, though,
fans,
hey.
with many of them outright ignoring it and considering it non-canon. When your film is so universally disliked by fans, would you rather have the canon ending, be Alf getting tortured to death? You know you did something wrong.
This is a stick from the roof of our garage. The garage that you crashed into almost 4 years ago.
That's a stick? What type of stick is that? That's a branch.
Don't do her. Love the canners.
Almost a stump.
Guys.
Number 2. What is this? I can't tell what's in
David
there.
and Lisa naturally die.
What is this?
If you grew up in the early 90s, then you may remember the world of David the Gnome.
Nope.
What, you don't?
No.
Well, that's okay.
What is
Most
that?
people don't. The program was initially produced in Spain, with the English
Spain?
version produced by the Canadian company Cookie Jar Entertainment, and being released on Nickelodeon in 1987
Cookie Jar sound
as a part
familiar.
of their then new programming block, Nick Jr. The series follows two gnomes, David and his wife Lisa, and their good friend Swift the Fox. Their adventures
That
are
kinda look
small
familiar.
and simple.
The fox
and
look
they usually
familiar.
spend their time repairing damages caused by humans and outsmarting nasty trolls.
Mmm.
Also, gnomes have the power of mind control and telepathy.
Makes
They
sense.
have that going for them too.
Makes sense.
David and Lisa spent their days making new friends and helping those in need, right up until the end of the series where they both die. Yep,
Damn.
two main characters die at the end of this Nick Jr. show. In the episode titled The Mountains of Beyond.
This don't sound like too dark to me. This sounds more like this sounds beautiful. It sounds like two older people. They went on the journeys. They had fun while they was here, and you know they both passed together. I feel like that's beautiful to me.
David and Lisa prepare to travel up into the mountains.
Mm.
They realize that their time on Earth is coming to an end.
Okay.
You see, gnomes can only live to be 400.
Okay.
David and Lisa are both 399 years old throughout the series.
That's crazy.
Their imminent birthdays coming up around the finale. They bid a sorrowful farewell to all their animal friends and set off with Swift, traveling with them. However, when they reach the base of the mountain, they tell Swift that he cannot climb the mountain with them, and that they must say goodbye there.
Well, Swift, old friend, I'm afraid the time has come for us to part.
What is this music?
We've been through so much together, you and I, good times and bad. And you were always there to carry me out of danger. I love you very much, Swift.
They
Damn.
make it to the top of the mountain and pass away in each other's arms as their bodies turn into apple trees. Swift
That's
passes
fire.
down the mountain, heartbroken
But
and
nasty
overwhelmed.
if somebody eat the tree.
My dear David, my husband, my love.
Farewell, my beloved. I thank you for all the love you've given me.
Beautiful. Beautiful. I love it.
While it's important that children know that every living thing must eventually die, perhaps a show about a happy gnome and a fox isn't the best way to show it.
Nah,
Especially
man.
when said gnome is holding his wife with tears in his eyes, repeatedly saying, "It's time." Yeesh, a bit heavy for the 5 preschoolers that watch this, don't you think?
Nah, man. I like this.
The time has come.
This is a good one.
It's here. It's here.
It's now. It's today. I love it. Fire. Them fruits do look nice though. I might have to give me one, no cap. Type That bro was choking over there. What was that? What is this?
Everyone fucking dies in Dinosaurs.
What the
We've covered a pretty dark series finale so far.
Whoa!
Death, losing those around you, and existential
You can't
crisis.
just come out of
Now
nowhere
one
like that.
deals with all 3 and then some. If
What
you're
the
into that,
hell?
then look no further than the series finale for Dinosaurs. The show is a parody of human life, showing dinosaurs living in suburbia in a live-action sitcom. Yeah, live action. The entire show was done with puppets created by the Jim Henson Company and was conceived. Many were reportedly freaked out by these puppets. And
Yeah.
while they are pretty uncomfortable to look at, they were another technical marvel made possible by Jim Henson, with all the facial movements of the dinosaurs being controlled by a series of animatronics.
Oh my god.
One and a family-friendly series about dinosaurs. Could you just let them live and let the inevitable rise and death of the species go by unmentioned? Of course not. We gotta kill them off. In the series finale,
No
Changing
way.
Nature, the main dinosaur family, the Sinclars, are having a picnic awaiting the return of the Bunch Beetles.
Well, Katie, it's mere moments until the Bunch Beetles return in what can only be described as a spectacular panoply of color. Bunch Beetles eat those pesky cider poppies that grow so abundantly this time of year.
The Bunch Beetles.
However, the beetles don't return, as a plastic fruit factory has been built over top of their breeding grounds. Without the beetles in the ecosystem, the vines that the beetles ate begin to overgrow, and the whole planet begins to fall out of line. So, in an effort to stop the vines, the dinosaurs kill off all plant life on the planet. Then, in an effort to revive the plants, they drop bombs into volcanoes, hoping that rain clouds will form.
What?
Well, that whole plan backfires and causes the beginning of the Ice Age. We then get treated to the final scene of the series, where the family sits around in winter coats, desperately trying to get warm. The father, Earl, apologizes to his family, saying that he shouldn't have taken nature for granted. The family accepts their fates and stays together until the end, as the snow continues to fall outside. So yeah, that's Dinosaurs, everybody.
Damn.
The episode plays this completely straight and doesn't cheapen the experience with any jokes. They are committed here, and it shows. The chilling nature of this episode doesn't just come from the context of the show, but also the implications it has on the human race. When the baby dinosaur asks his father what's going to happen, he says,
Dinosaurs have been on this earth for 150 million years. And it's not like we're going to just disappear.
Except they do. And the same exact thing could happen to us if we're not careful. This is a cautionary tale showing that there was a race of intelligent...
My boy cutting in deep. Y'all know I love this. He cutting in deep. Oh my god. Hey, I might have to go watch the show.
On this planet before us. And they died out because they took it for granted. And we're no different. And if we allow history to repeat itself, well then we have nobody to blame but ourselves. Now obviously dinosaurs didn't cause the Ice Age and they weren't living in suburban homes having cookouts. But the message is still clear.
Yeah.
Don't fuck with nature.
Damn. Yo, that was a amazing way to end. We left off on some deep shit. And I feel like as a whole we all need to think about that, y'all. Like what's going on today, y'all? Like the climate change, how hot it's getting, y'all. Like we got to do better. Like this was an amazing way to end. If y'all enjoyed my reaction, can y'all hit the like button, subscribe button, and the post notification button. And I'll see y'all in the next video.